Welcome, this is the Fall Beginner Guitar Class, week number 4 video here at the Catoctin School of Music, and this is going to be a little bit of review what we did last night, especially for those of you who couldn't make it. We're still starting out with our 5th fret warm-up, so we spent some time playing through that, but we also talked about moving it to other positions. A position on the guitar is basically where your pointer finger is. So the 5th fret warm-up is in 5th position. Okay, so pointer finger starts on 5th fret, middle finger on 6th, ring on 7th, pinky on 8th. So if you want kind of a little bit of an easier opportunity to play through this, move to a higher position because the spacing of the frets is skinnier. So right now I'm on fret 9. Okay, I'm on the dot. Fret 9. If you have dots on your guitar, you'll notice that they're all on odd numbers, except for the double dots, which is 12th fret, and that's a special fret because you've gone through an entire octave, all 12 notes, and you've come back to the same note again. But any of the other dots are always going to be an odd number. So here I am at 9th fret, and you can do the exact same way through the warm-up that you've been doing before. So you can do 1 pluck per note, you can do 2 plucks per note, or 4. However it is you want to practice back and forth, I'd recommend a combination of all those ideas. But then we also talked about how it's going to be important to start to actually work our way down to lower positions. So maybe position 3 you can try out for a couple of days this week, the number 2, and then finally position number 1. And the reason it's going to be important to do that is because the spacing is bigger. We need to develop that flexibility in our fingers, the ability to stretch there. But then also, for all of the notes we're learning and kind of the tunes we're playing, all of those songs, like Ode to Joy for example, those are all in 1st position. So if we spend some time doing warm-ups right here at the 1st fret, then we're going to develop even better muscle memory that'll help us play our songs. So we get more flexibility and coordination in our hands, as well as kind of adapting to the spacing a little bit more, which translates into easier time reading notes. So a lot of good benefits from eventually working our way from 5th fret down to 1st fret. So that's kind of the first thing we talked about last night. Next we did a bit of review on our chords. So if you're looking at page 19, our popular chord progressions here, we reviewed number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I believe all of those are on previous videos if you would like to review those at all. I do want to give you kind of a little bit of an extra credit practice assignment this week, kind of a fun thing that you can do on chord progression number 3, kind of a secret chord you can add in. So here's the trick. Start out with your G chord, again on page 19, chord progression number 3. Starts with a G major chord, and that's our strumming pattern. Got the root strum, 2 down strums, then down up, then move to C add 9, same strumming pattern, and then it goes back to G. And of course it just alternates between G and C add 9. Well, check this out. This is kind of the fun trick I want to add in this week. So if you take the shape, the same shape of G, moves down to C add 9, and you do the same thing again where you move middle and pointer finger down, one more string set, you'll now have middle finger on 3rd fret D string, pointer finger on 2nd fret G string, and ring and pinky are still on the bottom 2 strings, fret 3. They actually don't move at all during this example. And this chord shape that you have is called an F6-9. Kind of a cool rock jazzy chord, and you would strum just the bottom 4 strings. Okay? So what I want to have you add in, and this is fun to play at home, is just go G, down to C add 9, down to F6-9, back to C add 9. So just kind of work your way down and then right back up. So G, C add 9, F 6 9, back to C add 9, and then you're back home to G. I'll play through that once just so you can kind of hear what that all sounds like. And then here it is fast. Alright, so have fun with that. Numbers 5 and 6 are also with chords that you've already learned before. So if you want to try chord progressions 5 and 6, you're welcome to do that. Number 5 is Brown Eyed Girl, sounds like this. And then number 6 is based off of a chord progression from the song Wagon Wheel by Old Crow Medicine Show, kind of a little bit of a country feel to this one with a lot of root notes in there, so it should sound like this. Now remember, the most important thing that you can do right now when you're practicing your chords at home is make sure that you're landing all the fingers at the same time. So when I put down a G chord here, I'm not going middle, pointer, ring, pinky, it's just boom, all of them at once. I know that's difficult, and it's okay that it takes quite a bit of time right now, but that's got to be the way you practice it. Otherwise you will never get fast, because there's no way to play fast and then place all 4 of them at separate times. It's got to be just boom, snap to the shape. Or here I go to D, boom, snap to the shape. Here's C, boom, okay? So go slow, kind of form that shape in the air, and then let it come down, okay? And if you're going to D, form that shape in the air and then have them all come down at once. Same for C and any other chords that you're practicing at home. And always make sure you're getting each finger behind the fret wires, because if a finger starts to slide back, that's when you get the buzz. Move it closer to the fret, buzz goes away. So slow practice, lots of repetitions, getting the whole shape down at one time and getting those fingers behind the fret wire. Okay? Alright, happy strumming on that. Last thing we did was some review on our notes, and we had been learning notes on the little E string and the B string. And I believe I played through some of the first examples and kind of exercises last video, so please feel free to go back and get some extra reinforcement on that. Today I'd like to just play through page 13 and 14 with some popular and kind of famous, really some childhood melodies that hopefully you would recognize and kind of make playing these notes a little bit more fun for you. So I'm at the top of page 13. This is a cute little tune called All Through the Night. Starts on your note F, okay? And well, I'll just go ahead and play through it slowly so you can hear it, and hopefully that'll help you practicing at home. I'll count in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line. Notice that my thumb is not creeping up. Sometimes I'll play chords with my thumb coming over the top. That helps me mute strings that I don't want to hear, and it helps me get the shapes down. But for note reading, get it behind the 2nd fret, just glue it there, okay? It's going to make playing your notes a lot easier. Alright, page 13, looking at the bottom of the page, the Old Gray Goose. Here we go. Starts with a half note. Remember, half notes get 2 beats. I'll count in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, flip the page. Number 14. Two more popular melodies here, Ode to Joy and Skip to My Lou. Here comes Ode to Joy. 1, 2, ready, play. Ooh, right there. This is a note we haven't learned yet. It's on the second line up. This is a G. I'm looking at basically the last note in the third line down here of the song. And then on the staff, it's the second line up. So this is a G, and it's just your open G string. Okay, I'm gonna play that measure again. It goes C, D, G. Okay, all the other notes you should know. Here comes the last line. Ready, play. All right, and remember, just because I played it kind of fast there doesn't mean that you have to. And really kind of the rule of thumb is you don't want to practice any faster than you can play something perfectly. Okay? So there's no shame in sitting at home. Just kind of pretend you're a broken record if you want to, and take it super slow, almost a half speed. Because that'll be a lot more helpful than playing fast but missing, half the notes. So play super slow, get all the right notes. That's the way to do it. The only practice that counts is the practice where you are playing perfectly. Okay, one more down here at the bottom, page 14, Skip to My Lou. This introduces a rest. So if you look at the third line down, second measure in, you'll see this funny squiggly line, kind of looks like a lightning bolt or something. That is a quarter note rest. It is 1 beat worth of silence. So you're going to hear me put my pick on the string to silence the note. So if I hit a note, say I just hit E for example, and then I want to silence it, I'm just going to rest the pick right on it. It's the easiest way to make a rest happen. Alright, here comes Skip to My Lou. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. All right, and there you have it. Remember, only practice on days you eat, practice slow to learn fast, and have fun. We'll see you next week.